Hello, hello. As you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here as I get everything going. Hold on a second. All right. Now let me make sure that everything is showing up. Hold on a second. There we are. That everything is all right. Perfect. And my battery's about to die, so let me grab this cord and plug up my phone. All right. All right. So I'm super excited to be here with you guys. So, like I said, as you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. And if you're catching the replay, this message is for you too. My name is Vickie Poole with the Enlightened Peach, and I'm a master transformational coach, board certified hypnotist, and a 30+ year entrepreneur. And tonight I want to talk to you about something that I think a lot of us have tried and maybe quietly felt a little shamed when it didn't work the way we hoped. Ashamed might not be the right word. Disappointed, I would say, more disappointed. So there's vision boards, affirmations, manifestation journals, wishing and hoping and praying that this year is finally going to be different with money. Oh, hello, Wendy. Hello, hello. How are you? Good to see you here. So, as I'm talking about all this, I want you to know that I'm not here to make fun of any of that. I've done it all, right? I've done vision boards, I've done affirmations, and in the stand up and stand out community, we do affirmations all the time. But there's a caveat with an affirmation that I'll talk about in a moment. But what I really want to talk about tonight is why it often doesn't work, or maybe even why it works for a little while and then it fades, and what is actually missing. Checking to see if I got any notes over here I need to take care of. So give me 30 minutes. We're not going to be on here for long, but just give me 30 minutes. And this might be the most important thing you hear this week. So you ready? I'm glad to hear it, Wendy. So let me paint a picture for you and tell me if this sounds familiar. You get inspired. Maybe it's the new year. That's when people get really inspired, right? Maybe it's a conversation that happened. Or maybe you read something that just lit you up and you think, this time it's different. And I used to be that way with weight loss tremendously, right? But you make the vision board. You write all the affirmations out just like you're told. You get out your journal, you start journaling, and you start saying, I am wealthy. I am abundant. Money flows to me easily. Right? We've all done it. And for a minute, maybe even a few weeks, it feels good. You feel hopeful. You feel like something's beginning to shift, right? And then life happens. An unexpected bill, maybe a slow month. An old pattern sneaks back in, and slowly, quietly, the vision board ends up facing the wall. The journal sits on the nightstand completely unopened, and somewhere in the back of your mind, a little voice is saying, see, I knew it wouldn't work. It never does, at least not for me. Ever had that experience? Can I get a yes in the comments if that's ever been your experience? Give me just a second. I'm making sure. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. So hold on 1 second. There we go. All right. Now get back to my page. Hi, Norma Jean. Oh, yes, yes. I see. We all have had that experience so many times. It's kind of disheartening sometimes, right? When I said that sometimes you feel disappointed. But here's what I want you to know. It's not your fault. And it's not because you didn't want it badly enough. And I know people have said that, right? But that's not it. There's a reason this keeps happening. And once you understand it, everything changes. Everything. So here's the thing that nobody told us when we were cutting out the magazine pictures and gluing them to poster boards. Oh my gosh, I used to really tear up a lot of magazines doing all that stuff, right? But your mind has two parts. The conscious mind, that's the part that made the vision board. And then there's the part that wants more. That's the part that set the intention and wrote the affirmation, right? But the conscious mind, it only runs about 5% of your behavior. The other 95%, that's the subconscious. And the subconscious doesn't care about your vision board. It cares about what it truly knows to be true and what would be safe. We talk about this a lot. Your subconscious mind's whole purpose is to keep you safe, not comfortable, not wealthy, not happy, whatever it is, it's safe. So you can want something consciously with every fiber of your being. But if the subconscious is running a program that says that's for not for people like you, our money always runs out, or who do you think you are? And one of the things that I used to hear all the time when I was younger, especially, I was in an industry, in the salon industry, and what did they always say? It's feast or famine. And I've heard it in so many other entrepreneurial journeys too, feast or famine. Everything's going great, and then it's not. So what does that do? That programs you to think that this month was amazing. So get ready. Shoe's about to drop. Next month's not going to be so good, right? Because every time you're going through all of this, the program that you have wins every single time. So it's like trying to drive somewhere new with your GPS set to the old address. So just imagine you buy a new home, you're off on an adventure somewhere, and you go ahead and set your GPS to take you to your new home. But it takes you to the old one because it still has that address in there, right? So you can want the new destination. You set it in the GPS. You can picture it. You've seen it before. You can feel excited about it. You're ready to go home to this new place. But if you haven't updated the GPS with the new address, it keeps routing you back to where you've always gone, where you've always been, and how you've always done things. Always. Always. Now, here's something that really surprised me when I learned it. And honestly, it changed how I do everything. When you say affirmations that your subconscious doesn't believe, it doesn't just ignore it, it argues with it. And I know those of you that have been part of the Stand Up and Stand Out community, you know many times when I give an affirmation and a journal prompt on the affirmation, I'll even say, if that feels like too big of a stretch, change it. This is some different things that you can say so that your subconscious mind doesn't argue with you. Because arguing with you is not good, right? Because you can say, I am wealthy and abundant. But your subconscious mind says, no, you're not. Look at your bank account. You say, money comes to me easily. And your subconscious says, since when? That has never been true. Can you kind of hear it in your mind now? The internal argument, that contradiction, it actually creates more resistance, not less. Because now you're not just neutral, you're in inner conflict. So that is why some people feel worse after affirmations, not better. The gap between what they're saying and what they believe feels so big, it's almost painful. Affirmations can work, but only when the subconscious is open and ready to receive them. And most of us have never been taught how to do that. How can we do different? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then I'm going to invite you to something. So let me tell you what actually works. You have to go to the level where the old program lives. You have to work at the subconscious level, not just the conscious level. Remember, the conscious level is the decision, it's the vision board, right? So think of it like this. Imagine you have an old, heavy, outdated sofa in your living room, and you want a beautiful new one. You can almost picture it in your mind. You can want the new sofa. You can picture the new sofa. You can put a photo of the new sofa on your vision board. But if you never actually remove the old sofa, there's no room for the new one to go. And that I've said this quite often, if you deliver your new sofa, they deliver it. The guys, they say, where do you want to put this? Just put it on top of the old one. Would you ever do that? No. But that's what we're doing all the time. All the time. We feel like we're making changes, but we're still just rearranging the furniture. We're putting the new sofa on top of the old sofa, wondering why the room never feels right. The cushions don't feel right because that old sofa, that's the subconscious belief. It has to come out first. And that is what subconscious reprogramming done right actually does. It doesn't just pile new beliefs on top of old ones. Saying a mantra when you believe, like my belief growing up was it's feast or famine. There's no prosperity. It's just feast or famine. You might do really good, but then you're not. That programming, no matter how often I used an affirmation about how money comes easily, but it could come easily, but my subconscious programming had it was going to be leaving or it would just not come for a little bit. So you've got to look at where you're at, right? So we have to clear the old programming and make real room for something new to take root. It's very hard to do and then get sucked back into the old habit. Yeah, I agree. It takes some get rid of the old to make room for new. Yes, Norma Jean. So this is why I love hypnosis so much, because hypnosis helps us to get into that subconscious mind. That's where the work happens. And that's what most people have never tried, or maybe they've tried it a little bit. They've tried, listening to some hypnosis audios, which work really well. But when you've got a lot of programming going on in there, it takes more than that to actually get that old sofa out. Just imagine you're on the 10th floor of a building. You've got to get rid of the old sofa and your elevator's out. It might take some work. Right? Doesn't mean it's going to be hard. It's just going to take some work because most people don't even know it's an option. They think, this is the way I've always been. How many times have you heard people say, well, I'm always late. I've always been late. But that's not true. It's a behavior that they've learned and then they've adopted as them. But so here's why I will work harder at this. I get it. Need more muscle brain power. Not necessarily. It's not the pushing really hard doesn't really make the difference. It's going in and removing the beliefs that are there. But it's possible. But this is why I'm sharing this with you tonight. Because on Tuesday, April 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern, so not tomorrow, but the next Tuesday, I'm going to be hosting a free live workshop called The Money Story You've Been Living Isn't Yours, and that changes tonight. And it's built on exactly what we're talking about tonight. We'll actually be doing a live group hypnosis that will actually help you. So definitely be there. We're not going to make vision boards. We're not going to chant affirmations or mantras. We're going to go underneath all of that to the level where your actual money program lives. And we're going to start shifting it live together. You're going to discover what your specific money story actually is and where it came from. Understand why the conscious level stuff just keeps sliding off. And experience a real subconscious process during the workshop itself. I'll be doing a free hypnosis then. So this is free, this is live, and it's unlike anything most of you have experienced. And I'm going to, hold on a second. Let me get the workshop link. I'm going to put it in here so you can grab it. Let's see, where did I put it? Hold on just a second. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to post it in the comments here. And then I'm going to post it in the comments over here. And then let me throw it in. Let's see if it shows up. All right, so I put the link to the workshop in the comments. Did it show up? Let me just put it in here this way, see if it works. All right. Oh, it went in there twice. All right. No worries. And if you're watching the replay and you can't seem to find the link, just put workshop in the comments and I'll make sure that I get back to you with the workshop information. But it's going to be very insightful, and especially with some of the stuff that that you guys have been saying, I think it would be very beneficial to you. And this is the second one that I've had. The last one was really good. And I'm going to be doing a totally different hypnosis for everybody. So, because I didn't want to do the same one, because some of the people that went to the last one are going to come to this one. And I wanted to give them a different experience as well. So, unfortunately, I'm not sharing out the replay. I'm only using the replay to help me with making sure that I'm doing things properly. But be there because there will not be a replay. So I shared the link with you, right? So does anybody have a comment or a question or anything that they want to ask? You'll be on vacation, not sure if you'll have service. All right, well, oh, thank you, Norma Jean, that you love the sofa analogy. Yeah, but take it apart little by little. That's it. So I got a question for you guys that are here. What's the affirmation or manifesting tool you've tried that felt like it just wouldn't stick? Was there something that you've done? Just stick it in the comments if there is. I would love to know. And if you've ever experienced hypnosis or subconscious work, what did you think about it? Registered. Woo, thank you. Good, Wendy. Glad to have you. It's going to be amazing. And one of the things I would like you to ponder on, whether you choose to come or not, that's entirely up to you. It's going to be very beneficial, but what would change in your life if money stopped being a source of stress? Just think about that. What would change in your life if money stopped being a source of stress? Whew, that's a loaded question, right? Yes, Wendy, you love hypnosis. Fantastic. So, if you've tried the vision boards, the journals, the affirmations, and you felt frustrated or even a little hopeless, please hear me right now. You weren't doing it wrong. You were just missing a very important piece, a really important piece. And that piece is what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday. So grab the link in the comments or put workshop in the comments and show up for yourself. It's free. It's a free workshop. What if it made all the difference in the world? So this has been amazing. Thank you guys you worry about retirement and how I will make it with less money. Yep. I get you. It's definitely the older you get, the more it becomes an issue, right? So definitely, if you can get there at all, you could go ahead and register. Wasn't it you, Norma Jean? Yeah. Go ahead and register, and then you'll get all the information. And if you can come, then great. If not, then maybe you can come next time. But I'm not sure when I'm going to be doing another one. So, but I'll definitely keep you posted. But hopefully, you'll be able to hop in. And I will say, it's going to be starting at 7 p.m. And of course, we have a little bit of chatting and talking about things in the beginning. But once the hypnosis part starts, nobody's allowed to enter the room because I want to keep it a quiet space for everybody to be really centered in what's going on. And last time was perfect. We had a small, intimate group. And I'm okay with it being a little bit bigger, but I'm really not wanting to have one of those groups that's like, huge. I really want to be able to see everybody and be able to help everybody as most as I can. Because last time it was even where there was someone who had never had hypnosis before, and they were having a little bit of a difficulty when I was talking. And so I actually helped them a little bit because I could see what was going on. Because it's really important as a hypnotist, I see people and their bodies, and I understand and know how to pivot and move them into the place that they can feel so much better and get the results that they want. Will you send us a link once we registered? Yes, I have it will go out. I'm not sure what day it goes out, but you'll definitely get one the day before, because I have found that if I send it too early, then a lot of people lose the link. So you will get the link after you're registered, but not immediately. But you will be getting something in an email. So thank you for asking that. All right, guys. Are there any other questions? All right, so it looks like not. Let me look over here real quick. I'm not sure. Is that the right link? Hold on a second. Let me make sure that link is correct. Well, did it work? It worked for you, Wendy, right? Did you go to that link? Yes. I can see that, Wendy. That would be fun. Hold on. I'm trying to find, where is my, oh, okay. So you used that link that I shared? Okay, cool. So it is the right link. I was thinking it looked different. All right, perfect. Well, if there's not any more questions or anything, then we'll go ahead and call it a night. But thank you so much for being here and for sharing and chatting with me. It's always wonderful. And for anyone who's watching the replay, the link is in the comments. And if you cannot find it for whatever reason, put workshop in the comments and I will make sure to reach out to you. And oh, hi, Kimmy. I see you got here, but we're just closing up. You missed it. You missed it. But you can come to the workshop. There's a link in the comments for Tuesday's workshop, 7 p.m. So it is the 14th, not tomorrow, but the next Tuesday. So definitely grab the link and sign up. I'd love to have you there too, Kimmy. All right, guys. Thank you again for being here. And as always, remember, life is delicious. And I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday, the 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Mwah. Love you guys.